Now, I get asked for lots and lots of flies over the years, and I would say the pale morning dun is one of the ones I would say is top of the list. The main reason for this is that they represent, there's two main flies that represent the pale morning dun. Being a nymph form would be the pheasant tail nymph, and the dry would be either the Lt-Cahill or the comparadun, one of the original ones. What this is basically is a combination of the two flies. Now, it's reasonably simple to tie. Now, the hook choice, again, it's up to yourself. Get a nice emerger shape type hook, or a grub shape body. The one I'm using is actually a nymph hook. It's one I've recently started using a lot. It's actually a Czech nymph hook by Fully Mill. It's got a lovely bend. It's a nice barbless hook as well. It's a nice wire, nice and strong. This is a 16 though, it's more like a 14. Thread I'm using is a Lt-Cahill and 8/0 is the uni. Now I've run the wax through the thread first, and we tie it in and work it to basically run it down until I'm in line with the point of the hook, and then remove the waste piece. Now, to save a wee bit of bulk, a wee bit of time, I'm actually going to tie in a fine or extra small copper wire on the way down. So just catch it on the side and we run my thread down. Now basically I'm going to tie a pheasant tail at the back of a pheasant tail nymph, and at the front the Lt-Cahill or the comparadun. So I've got the pheasant tail fibre. I'm going to bring a few fibres out, maybe half a dozen or so. Now bring it 90 degrees from the stem of the feather, and the tip should line up. And once I've lined up, tear it away. This is going to form the tail. Length of the tail, you're looking round, but don't go too long. You don't want them too long, because the longer they are, the more likely they are to break off. And if you don't like the pheasant tail fibre, you can use cork fibre, a similar colour. So I've got the tail length is about the body length there. Just catch this on with a couple of turns. So there's my fibre there. Just keeping the thread always tight, and then we continue up. Just bring the pheasant tail to the back, out the way, then work our way up until we're back in line with the point of the hook, which is there. Meaning when I let the thread go, should be in line with the point. Now the pheasant tail fibre is the weakest fibre, and the strongest is your wire. So to basically protect the pheasant tail, I'm going to wind this the opposite way. I'll wind the actual thread on and the rib. Now, so I'll just work my way up, forming a nice body. Just get a nice taper in the body, just work your way up. Again until you're in line with the point of the hook. Now to tie off a fibre that you're winding the opposite way you wind your thread, what you have to do is come across, like this case, the pheasant tail fibre, do a turn, and then a turn on the hook. Let the pheasant tail fibre go, but keeping the thread tight. Do the same again across the pheasant tail and on the hook, again across the pheasant tail fibre and on the hook. Trim these away. Now the wire is going to protect your body as well as give it colour. So we wind that up as normal. You're looking round 5 or so turns. Cross your thread, secure it in. Now I'm going to wind my thread up the thorax length. Stop it round about a mil or so from the eye, and bend and break away the wire. Now what that is basically is your pheasant tail nymph at the back. Now to form the wing and give an impression of a thorax opening up, kind of fly starting to hatch, I'm going to use a deer here. In this case, this is roe deer from the belly. Quite light in colour, it's got a lovely grey colour as you can see there. Now normally you could use elk. Elk is a nice colour, comparadun hair, anything like that. Now we get lots of roe deer here in the UK and Scotland, so we can use it up. Now just bring enough out to form the wing, cut it right close to the skin, and then twist your fingers, opening the cut ends out, and then remove any fluff or underfur. You've got to remove this, because if you go to stack it, it will not stack because the fine hairs will hold it together. Now got my hair stacker, tips go in first. And then we tap it on our desk. A wee quick check to see what they're like. And you can see they're lined up. Remove them from the stacker. Now, length, you're looking, basically if you look at this from the eye here to the back of the hook, there's your length. Tie that forward. Then we come down with a nice straight pull down with the thread, pinch and loop. Another one, another one. Slip your fingers back, and then we take the deer hair, the waist ends towards the back. Now just watch you don't catch these. You will catch the odd one. There's one here that wants to come with me, this one here. So if it does, then we can always cut it away. Not going to struggle just because of one fibre. Take your thread to the point where you're in line with the point of the hook again. Now I like to make sure these cut ends are on the top. And make sure your wing's laying forward. Quick check, looks okay. Now come in with your scissors at an angle. We want a nice cut, sort of angled cut, so like it's tapering towards the back of the hook like that. Now what we can do here is just check. We can see the odd fibre that we've got underneath. I say there's always one that you're going to catch, so I'm going to trim that away. It's easier just to take that away. Now there is one or two fibres come round with the thread turns. We can then remove these at this point. If you want to see the body, have a quick look. That looks okay. Reasonably neat, yep. Tail's fine. Now what I've got here is a small, this is a Met's grade 3. It's a dun, it's a cock neck, it's a really nice colour. So I'm using one of these hackles. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie basically with the fibres, the natural curve of the fibres towards the front of the hook. So it's the inside of the feather. Now the first thing I do is always remove the fluff fibres away I don't need. Catch these underneath, catch it on the side, away from these cut ends. Just a wee touch of wax here because I want to make sure that hackle's tied in, it's not going to pull out. And we can trim away the stem. A wee bit of dubbing. Now the dubbing I'm using, it's a modern dubbing here. It's called it's from Spirit River. It's a UV2. It's got a bit of UV in it, and you can see it's a UV2 fine dry pale marlin dun. It's just a lovely dubbing to use. It's nice and fine. Just lightly dub that onto my thread. Slide it up. Now just at this point make sure you've got the space to wind it on. I want to make sure it's starting right at the back. So just check. You will catch maybe the odd one. I think I've actually caught a couple there, so it's worthwhile going back. It's always the first turn or so you're going to catch one or two of these fibres. If you take your time, it's okay. Now if you do catch them, don't worry about it. Just build up a nice thorax with your dubbing. At this point, lift the wing, bring your thread to the front with 2 or 3 turns. You cut end in there. And then what I'm going to do is get my hackle pliers. Now I would normally wind it by my fingers, but so you can see everything. Now you want the underside of the hackle facing towards the eye of the hook. Make sure your wing is sitting forward. You want a nice straight turn at the back, and then you want to work your way down. See, there's always one fibre like that one there. Want to spoil everything. We can take our time. Now if that happens, you can swear under your breath. You can basically either, like, if you don't want to swear, you just go back and start again, just because of that one fibre. See that one there? I'll push it back. straight turn at the back, and again we'll wind through. Just have to be patient. Just a quick look at things. It's fine by me. Lift the wing. Just across your thread. Bring your thread up, locking this in. Nice and tight. Make sure I've got 3 or 4 turns in there. You can remove your hackle plier. Just draw everything up and away from the eye. Fold back the hackle. If you can, fold it back. Then we can break that away, the tip of the hackle out of the way. And then go straight in with wet finish. 3 or 4 turns, wet finish, trim away your thread. You get the odd cut end there, and there's one there, so I'm just going to pull it away. Quick look, see how things are sitting. Basically there we are, that's your pale morning dun emerger. You see what you've done here is you get your pheasant tail nymph at the back, you put your compara dun at the front. Now you can trim this underneath, just come underneath and trim it away, but I would leave that. You can see the hackle length fibres are within the gape of the hook, which is fine. You could be slightly longer, but it's good if it's under there. Now it's not over, there's not too many turns on there. I would fish the fly like that first, but if you need it flatter or closer to the surface, don't hesitate by coming in and trimming away some of the fibres, because that at times makes a difference. So anyway, that's your pale morning dun emerger. And to finish it off, a wee touch of varnish just on the eye, into the head area. Make sure it's clean. Just come under, I'm using my double needle just to clean it out. Make sure the eye's clean. And there we are.